Hey guys, welcome back. This is the Fever, and today we're here for another video. This one is overlooking the Christmas display contest layout that I made, giving it a closer look in the lights, or with the overhead lights on, because in that video it was kind of hard to see all the little minute details on it. And this video is a little behind. I haven't had the time to make it since there's been quite a few other videos getting in the way here, but now let's take a closer look at the layout itself. Starting off here is a kind of overhead look of the layout itself with the lights off and the Christmas trees on. So there are two Christmas trees, and then the two other lantern or light sources are both on. And so it's kind of hard to see all the little details on the layout. And so that's mainly why I wanted to do this video in the first place. Now we're going to be taking a look at some buildings and structures that are outside the center focal point of the display itself. So these are kind of outside the snowy area and some of the Christmas trees, those kind of area. And so starting off here, we have this little factory building. You've seen this in quite a few videos if you've seen the other videos of mine. And so that was just a pretty easy thing that I just kind of put some cotton balls around and put some snow drifts around. It wasn't really too hard to decorate that kind of area of the layout. And this was one of the little bit more drier or drab areas, except this region also did have the little Santa Yoda sitting over right next to the building. Right behind the building, you can kind of see the little bit of the yard area there, and if you look over onto the left side of the screen, you can see the Bachmann controller that I had to move onto the top side of the table, or else the wires wouldn't reach onto the inner third little circle that is, a 32-inch, 18-inch radius track little circle in there, and I just had an EMD GP30 running on that track, but I couldn't fit the controller anywhere else with the wiring and all that, so that had to sit there for the video itself, and in the dark you barely notice it. Behind all that you can find some extra little buildings and shops, and the relocated shed itself has just been slightly scooted a little bit with a little stocking on it with a little rat stuck in it, so it's kind of a little funky decoration, but I don't think it actually showed up on the contest video itself. Moving on to the cliffs now, you can see the obvious big lantern. Right now it is turned off. This is just an IKEA battery lamp, and so I just used it here just to get that extra lighting in some of the areas where the Christmas tree just didn't add that extra lighting, so it just wouldn't all be black in the video itself. And so this hill really didn't change too much. It was a little bit snow covered by the giant snow sparkly sheet that I used to get that effect on it. And behind it, there was just some extra little snow drifts put next to the track. But besides that, not that much changed on the cliffs over there. Behind the cliffs, this is kind of the area where the white sheet starts to take over on this part of the layout here. And you can just see the edge of the circle and the other two tracks in the background there. This didn't need too much cotton ball detailing since the white sheet kind of covered most of that area. And so that's mostly it for the back side of the cliffs there. Onto the other side, you can see a few more buildings and that ceramic Christmas tree, as well as the edge of the other circle and the other two lines running through there. So out here, I kind of didn't do too much detailing since I knew the camera wouldn't be out in this region as much, but there is still some cotton ball detailing, as well as the snowman and the tractor and the snow plows and all that stuff, or construction equipment, since the snow plow is on a different area of the layout, kind of in the middle area. Onto the inner circle that is all covered by this little white sparkly cloth in there. On the edge, you can see that there are three nutcrackers all on the left, as well as a Charlie Brown snow globe, and the other side of that ceramic Christmas tree. And so this is kind of where I tried to base the town off of, and you can also see a little train that I just set up in the snow itself. It's not actually on any rails, but I wanted to use that as a bit of decoration and kind of a bit of a wall. Now you can kind of see the farm and that area of the layout. But moving on to this outer shot here, I didn't get any shots with the overhead lights on for this, but you can look down and you can see the snowplow and some other little vehicles there, as well as the station buildings. Those didn't really move too much, and that really didn't change a lot. But also on the left side of the layout, just looking at it from this angle, you can see that there's a lot of light coming from a little corner. That actually had a little present box that had a light on the inside of it, and that shone through, adding light to that side. I didn't get any photos of it in the end, but that was what was over there, and if you watch the video itself, you can see that quite clearly. The last major thing I want to note is the candy cane or peppermint lights up on the wall itself. These are just sticky tacked on, as well as the extension cord with it. And so these just added some nice overhead light to that back area where I couldn't get really too many lights to it. But in the end, you don't really see that change in the video itself. So that's kind of why I want to highlight it in this video, because it is still a pretty major and different change on the layout. Alright, now we've looked over all the major changes made to the layout for this Christmas display contest. This was for SMT mainline. I don't think I've stated that in the video yet, but that was for the SMT mainline Christmas display challenge. And so I had a lot of fun doing that challenge, and I spent a lot of time making this. I think I made it over a total of 3 days, so that means I couldn't be making any other videos at the time. And so I'm glad that I can use these extra bits of photos and stuff as extra footage to show kind of a lot of the extra work that is hidden in the video itself. And even in that video, how long it is, a lot of the lighting really hides some of the other little elements like in there. I don't know even if some things like the Yoda or the rat in the stocking really came across too much, but I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video and watching that video as well. I'll have it linked here on the end screen here if you want to see it. That is a pretty cool video. I think that's one of my better videos, and I had a lot of, like I said, fun doing that. And I'd like to thank you guys again, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!